Okay, so today we're going to do a tutorial on how to get mail, get a list ready for a mail merge. So in our line of business, what we like to do is we like to get a list probably from a list broker, but sometimes they get the list in not a very organized way, and so we need to clean up the list so that we can make our marketing or our letters to our list um, look legible actually. So you'll look at this. I got a list from a list broker. It's got all the information for the property that I'm interested in, but what I'm mostly interested in is the street number, the address, the zip code, the city. I know all of these are in the state of Texas for the most part, so I got the zip code. And then I'm interested in the names. So the first and last name, and for the most part, that's all I care about. So what I like to do first is I kind of like to just clean up the data and only look at what I'm interested in. So I will hide these first rows. So I go to, oops, I gotta close it out. Format, column, hide. So I hide those columns. I'll go back over here, format, column, hide. It's probably an easier way to find that hide thing, but I'm not looking for it right now. I don't need the legal description, but I need the name. And I could use the mortgagee, but I'm not interested in that for right now. So I'm hiding everything that I don't need. Oh, there's another city, but I got the city over there, so it's okay. Okay, so once I have everything hidden that I don't need, I kind of make a column for each of the things that I'm going to need in my mail merge. So the first column I'm going to use is the letter name. And then I'll put letter address, right? Because a letter name, I normally just put the first names of the people, not the full name, to look like it's a little bit less formal. So I'll put the letter name, I'll put the letter address, because I like to put in the letter which property specifically I'm talking about. And then on the envelope, I'll have an envelope name, which is the more formal, it'll be their first and last name. It'll be the envelope address, which is sometimes different than their property address. So I have a special envelope address, an envelope city, envelope state, and envelope zip. Okay, so first thing that we're going to do is we're going to do so if you look at the first name here, it's all in capital letters. So what we want to do is we want to make it look more of a professional letter, right? And so typically when you get a letter, the rest of the verbiage isn't going to be in all capitals. And so we want to make the name similar to the rest of the letter. So what we're going to do is we'll do a proper format function. Oops. First we have to clear out the formats already, and that's what's keeping us from doing a proper. But essentially that helps us to get the uncapitalized names. And then what I did right there to copy all the way down, because I could do it for all, what is this, 178 names, but I don't have the time nor the desire. So I put my my little crosshair at the very bottom right of the cell, and then I double clicked, and that copied that format all the way down. So what I'll do here is I will clear the format before I start, but I'm also going to do the letter address. So as you see, I have a number of the property address, I have the street number, but in my letter, I'm not going to put the city, zip, state, whatever. So I'm just going to put the number plus the address. But the numbers here are in separate cells. So what I want to do first, oh, and they're also in all capital letters. So what I want to do first is I want to do a proper, but then I also want to do a concatenate. so I'm going to put the property address. I got to space it out with a space, and then I'm going to put the name of the street. 2 parentheses there because I have a parenthesis for the proper, and then I have a parenthesis for the concatenate, so I need to close it off with 2 parentheses, and then that gives me the address. And again, I will crosshair it and send it down. And even if you, like right here, I notice that there's a 2 at the end of road, and I'm pretty sure that's not supposed to be there, but if I make a correction on the previous cell, then I can change that in the next cell. The next thing I want to do is now I want to add the envelope name. So here I want the first and last name, and I want it all in the lowercase or in the writing text, but I want to add the last name. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to proper it again, but then I'm also going to concatenate. Is that right? Concatenate, yeah. And I'm going to do the first and last name with a space. I mean the first name with a space and then the last name. But I forgot to clear out my format. So that's why that didn't work. But there we go. So now I have the actual name plus the last name on there. For the envelope address, now what I typically do is I'll have to go and look and see and verify to see if, you know, the address is right. But for the sake of time, we'll just assume that the addresses are the right way. So let me go ahead and clear the format here. And so the envelope address is going to be the same as a letter address, and we'll copy that down. We also need to make the envelope city lowercase like we're writing it, and so we will make that lowercase, copy it down. The state, we all know this is Texas, so what you could do here is just write Texas, copy it down, and then the zip is going to be the same, except for I need to clear that format. And you might not always have to clear the format, but essentially the way that they gave me the spreadsheet was already formatted. So anyway, that is exactly how you can clean up your data to make it look like it's in letter case so that you can write a letter, and then you can put that, you can use your printer or your computer to print out the envelope information as well. That is the end. And look for the next one where I will show you how to actually do the mail merge, and you can see the letter name and letter address in the actual letter. Thanks a lot.